Hello everyone and welcome to Autodesk PowerMill. So we have started the module number 4 and we have covered the 3D offset finishing, constant Z finishing, corner finishing, flow line finishing, and the last video was all about the parametric offset finishing. So I hope you understand all these finishing operations which we have done, and the last one especially, because the last one, the parametric offset finishing, is just related to the parametric spiral finishing. So if you have the idea of how we can perform the parametric offset finishing, then it will be very easy for you to understand the parametric spiral finishing, not the offset, spiral. And the spiral means like going down like a spring wave, okay? So let's just start it and do the parametric spiral finishing. So you see over here we have last operation, which was the parametric offset finishing, and in this offset finishing we have two curves. Okay, let me show you the two curves. So these are the two curves which we have here, and in between these two curves we did the parametric offset finishing. Just follow that curves and finish down the material. So today we are going to do the parametric spiral finishing, which is also related with the parametric offset finishing. So we just need, in this case we have the two curves, but the other case, which is the parametric spiral finishing, we just need to create a certain curve to define that this curve should be follow and cut down the material on the way. Okay, so let's just start it. So I'm just going to hide this path. I'm just going to hide these two paths which we have created. Let's go to top view and we just need to create a curve over here. Let's say that this edge you see over here, or this geometry we have, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pattern and create a pattern over here and just named it path 3. Okay, and right click, go to curve editor, and let's say that I have this part. Okay, so this is my part. Or what you can do is you can just simply create any circle around here. Okay, just okay, let me just create a little line over here, save it. Okay, and just going to split it in the way that just it's simple line over here. Okay, so just deleted the other things and we have only this line. Okay, and just want to say the cutting tool that just follow this line in a spiral way and cut down the material. So the cutting tool will just follow this line and spirally move outward to cut down the material. Okay, so let's do it. We have the pattern here, just accept it and just go to the toolpaths. We have already the tool set up in the previous one, which is the 5mm bar nose mill. So just go to toolpaths and create a toolpath. This time we have the finishing and the parametric spiral finishing, and you see that this is the model, and just creating a simple pattern and spirally move around that pattern and cut down the material. Okay, just click on it, give a name, parametric spiral. It's not offset, it's a spiral. So we have the block, we have the work plane, we have the tool, we need just set up the parametric spiral settings. Okay, so you have to set the central curve, and we have the path number 3. Okay, the next option is outer limit. So you have to define the limit of your tool or model so that the cutting tool will just do the tool path within that limit. Okay, so if you have the limits like here we have the levels and sets. If you have created levels and sets, just select the set or level that the cutting tool will just select that boundary and create a level, and will do all the cutting tool operations within that limit or within that level. So if you don't have a level here, you can do another thing, which is the limit. You can create a boundary around that area and say that the cutting tool performs all the operation within that boundary. Okay, so we have 2 options here. One is the limit and the other is the outer limit. Okay, so now I'm not going to select any limit here, and I'm not going to set outer limit on the parametric spiral. Just set it as a normal and say that we have the direction from center or towards the center. Towards the center means from the cutter tool will perform all the way from outward to the inward direction. Okay, in a clockwise, or we can say that in a clock direction. And the other option is that from the center. This means that the cutting tool performs all the operation from center to the outward direction. Okay, we have the both options. You have to select the appropriate one. As the mostly uses the from center direction. Okay, so we don't need any thickness here. We have to set the maximum step, or we have the cutting tool 5 mm. For the sake of just show how the cutting tool path is shown, just set it as 2.5 mm step over. Okay, set the rapid moves, links. We have the on the surface links. Okay, just go and calculate. So what you see over here, that the cutting tool is just follow this pattern. As you see over here, that let me zoom it. This is the pattern, and the cutting tool is spirally created around that pattern and cut down the a trail on that surface, or create a surface finishing. Okay, so this is how the parametric spiral finishing works. Okay, so what you see, the other thing is that there is no limit on this tool path. It just cut down the whole model. Okay, so for the limit operation, let's just create a limit and limitize your tool path within that area. Okay, just go and select, refresh. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna create a boundary. Okay, so create boundary by selecting or create a composite curve. Okay, just select a user defined boundary and say that the boundary name as B1. So B1 is my boundary 1. Okay, and we have a lot of things here. How we can do is just you don't need to create a sketch, or if you need a composite curve. The better way to select a composite curve, because we have already a model over here. Okay, so let's say that this one is my limit. So starting point is here. Okay, let's do it or reverse it. Okay, so just follow the arrows all the way to the So I have just limitized my tool path within that boundary. Okay. So creating a composite curve, and we have created a curve around this body on this model. You see this? Yes. Save it. Okay. Accept it. And user defined boundary is okay. Just accept it. And you see over here is my boundary. And the option is trimming. Keep inside. This means that the cutting tool will be worked inside of this boundary. Cut down the material. Okay. Now it's time to calculate it. Just calculate it. And you see that our tool is just limitized within its boundary. So this is how the parametric offset finishing works. Or if you want to cut down the material on the other side, just go and refresh it and see that keep outside. And you see over here, just cut down the material on the upside. So what we need is we just need to cut down the material on this side. So just go and refresh it, make it inside. And let's say that the maximum step over is 0.3. That's in millimeters. Calculate it. And just make it a spiral way to cut down the material and make surface finish, smooth surface finish. That's the thing. So just go to simulation and just do the simulation operation over here. Let's say that the speed would be slow down the speed, so you can see over here how it just looks like. And you see that it's just going in the outward direction from center point to the outward direction. Just go round and do the finishing operations. Let's say speed should be high. It's 4% simulated. And make it a little more high if you just do this simulation little fast. So this is how the parametric spiral finishing operation is done. It's very simple. It's very easy. And you will get a very high surface finish on that operation. But it also depends upon the type of model which you are going to apply on this. Because there are certain models on which this type of operation gives you high surface finish, mostly on the steep surfaces. So that's it for the parametric spiral finishing operation. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.